China has just issued another statement urging India to work together with Beijing on border stability. Incredible, but that's the kind of nerve that China has. China on Tuesday urged India to strictly control and manage its frontline troops and together with China maintain peace along the border areas. Spoken like precisely the kind of country that had been forced to, eat its just desserts on Friday. This is a country that sent its troops to try and land grab in the Yangtze sector, was, aggressively pushed back, has been in many ways tactically humiliated in this particular incident, and now has the gall to issue a statement saying India should manage its troops better and should look towards maintaining peace along the border areas. Abhishek Bhalla is with us. Abhishek, people have been wondering where all the propaganda from China is. Nobody is seeing the usual Global Times and, Xinhua and all the rest of them with their usual statements about what may have happened in Tawang. Instead, we're seeing all these very, very sober statements coming out from the Chinese. What are you making of this, Abhishek?
This will continue, Shiv, and propaganda and information warfare is part of Chinese strategy. We've been seeing it for the last 2.5 years, and in fact, playing victim, despite being the aggressor, is something that the Chinese are very good at. And every now and then we see that one, they want to normalize the problem on ground. That's why these kind of statements and claims that India needs to work together. So it's trying to send a message that, they haven't been the aggressor and things are okay. And the other is playing victim at times. That's happened in eastern Ladakh, and now we are seeing this happen here. And whenever there is a clash or a face-off, this is the script that China usually follows.
Bring Geeta in as well for a perspective on this. Geeta, this statement from the Chinese saying India should manage its troops better, work towards maintaining peace, pretty vanilla compared to the stuff we've been used to since 2020. How are you seeing this?
Well, the fact that the Chinese are, see, in a way, we're looking at China maybe testing waters. And the other perspective that we see is that Xi Jinping is under tremendous pressure. Could be diversionary tactic. We've seen that in the past as well, given that back home he's facing a lot of flack. But asking India to manage troops better is certainly not what the Chinese are used to. But the first part of the statement, very, very important, because it is something that China has been doing and dealing with India also. They've been saying the same thing, that that it was Indian troops that first transgressed and the Chinese reacted, which is really not the case. And they've not done that only with India. They've been doing that with every country that they have been an aggressor of. And that's certainly a part of their playbook. Be it India, Taiwan, or any of the Southeast Asian countries where they claim the islands of those nations, including Japan and the Senkaku Islands. So over here, clearly, what we're looking at is an aggressor trying to first find space, invade or enter a territory and then blame the other. Having said that, the larger perspective, again, one will have to look at the fact that India is in a leadership role, so the responses are going to be rather matured, despite the fact that India will fight for every inch of its territory, irrespective of which the country or who the aggressor is. But the fact is that there is a presidency to handle, and India is going to behave and manage these tensions also in a very matured manner, which you will see in coming days. Apart from the fact that the statement of Rajnath Singh, the defense minister, was very, very mature, very strongly worded, strongly put, but also explaining India's position and what India did. So India is not going to take China lightly, but India also has a lot more responsibility than just handling an irksome China.
So that makes a lot of sense, and that's the kind of perspective we wanted to give to our viewers as well, because most people are wondering, where's the old global times, where's the the usual vicious propaganda that one saw blaring out from Beijing shortly after the Galwan clash. So you've got the G20 and all of those other things that Geeta just mentioned that puts that into perspective. Geeta and Abhishek will continue to report for us on this big unfolding story. Thanks to them for the moment. Now,